Waifu ending! Age of Stars! And we're dabbing because we were asked to.
Oh,
World created by Hidetaka Miyazaki and George R. R. Martin. Cool. All right. There we go. That is Elden Ring complete.
Sorry, it's cat fluff on my nose.
So we didn't get everything tied up. I know Tanith is still around, so there is something to do with Tanith.
No, she said she was going off.
No, Tanith is eating Lord Rykard at the moment.
Oh,
so,
right, yeah.
But I feel like we covered pretty much everything the game has to offer, at least currently. Again, we're playing this over an extended time period. There may be patches that change things and add things as we go. Tanith was just there to be killed. Yeah, I guess so. But it was just a bit weird that the dancers' castanets did nothing, didn't really provoke a response of any kind from her. But
I'm just trying to see.
So yeah, so that was Elden Ring. I guess I'll go first with my thoughts and feelings on it.
Oh yeah, this just says once you find her back at the feasting on the corpse, she can be killed for the gear.
Yeah.
And the consort set, doing so causes Tanith's knight to invade you.
Yes, the knight that was the bodyguard next to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was there to be killed, and you just get another mini boss fight. And Blank Tab says they are working on a DLC. Okay, I did not know that they were working on a DLC. I thought that was still kind of unconfirmed at this point. I mean, if they are working on a DLC, then of course we will most likely play that. I'm not sure what the DLC would add. I think some people have said, like, Miquella, having something to do with Miquella would be interesting. It might be another, like, deathbed dream kind of situation where you transport to a land that is back in time as a flashback.
As well. Zarias went away.
Well, Zarias, Jarben, those kinds of characters, their thing is to journey onwards, and that will be it. You know, you don't see them again, you don't hear from them again, but that's the happy ending, because otherwise, the alternative is they just end up dead. You know?
Everybody else did.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think this is a fantastic game. Obviously, this is Game of the Year 2022.
It's so good.
Don't even need to, you know, see any other games come out this year. We already know, well, I already know that this is going to be Game of the Year for this year.
Yeah, but I mean,
Xenoblade 3 is coming out in a couple of weeks as we are playing this. But it's not going to compare to this, I don't think.
Well,
not even close.
I really like it.
For one thing, it's the sheer scope of the game. Like, I've played this game for, well, it'll be close to
90 hours probably.
It'll be close to 200 hours on the game system clock. Yeah. Around 40 hours to 50 hours of that might be, you know, grinding and looking around for things and not knowing where to go.
Completionist,
but
basically.
Yeah, basically trying to find all the items, all the spells, talk to all the NPCs, do all the NPC quest lines, and then obviously you can't do all the quests in the same playthrough. Yeah. But it's like, you know, what if you decided to team up with Sylvanas instead of Rani? What would happen if...
Sylvanas is with Rani. He's not against Rani.
Well, no, because Sylvanas was looking to betray Rani, I'm pretty sure. I think so. Like, they're on the same, like, side to begin with, but not in their long-term goals. I'm pretty sure, at least. The only possible contender is God of War Ragnarok. I want it to be a contender. I want amazing games to play.
I thought it was Selen he was against. He wanted to give us the...
Yeah, he was also against Selen, but I think that was more because Selen was kicked out of the academy and Sylvanas helped her. So, yeah. Yeah. Charles Dale did a very good sly and slimy Sylvanas accent, I think. Foul, tarnished.
I really like Selen.
Selen was very good. I mean, it's a bit of a bummer that her ending is that way, but, you know, that's kind of where the logical conclusion of her quest goes, is like, oh yes, I'm going to restore the primeval current. We literally had a talisman that says what happens to the people that do that, and then it happened, so, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I would heavily recommend this to anyone that is interested in these types of games. Because we were asked this a while back about, you know, what game would you recommend, and this one, most definitely, not only is it the best value for money, like you can play it for as long or as little as you want, it's probably got
PvP as well.
Yeah, PvP stuff, just the sheer build variety, you know. Bloodborne, there's not really too many different things you can do in Bloodborne.
Plus, you can avoid a lot of the bosses if you don't like that sort of thing. And
yeah,
you can
exactly.
cook in it. You can do like
crafting and you know, you can make the game as hard as you want if you wanted to.
You can alter outfits, and you can choose to be a caster or melee. So it's really useful for all different types of play. Plus, you're on a whole. I just think it's fucking great.
Rykard and Gideon are my favorite NPCs in the game, as well as Rani. Oh yeah, Rykard is, you know, that's the meme pick, isn't it? Like, together we shall devour the very gods.
Blythe is really good as well.
Blythe is cool,
I like
yeah.
Alexander. Alexander's nice.
Yeah, Alexander's nice.
But let's be realistic. My favourite in the whole game is definitely Bok.
Bok, yes. No one can compare to Sweet Bok.
No, Bok is brilliant.
You know, it's funny, because we went through the telling him you're beautiful thing. Apparently, there is a different thing that happens in that if you don't tell him he's beautiful, he looks to try and be reborn. So he actually goes through that kind of process. And that has a logical conclusion as well.
He dies.
Well, it's implied that the rebirth that he tries to do fails because he doesn't have the Great Rune of Rebirth. And then, yes, he will end up getting box stuff or whatever it is. Something like that. So, another thing is, we went for the ending of the Age of Stars with Rani. When I went back to get the Nomadic Merchant set, I had actually seen something on Twitter regarding cut content for this game, because obviously this is a giant game. There is not a way that they've been able to put everything in, and they've added stuff back in during patches and so on, but one particular thing is Calais. You know, the merchant at the start of the game.
That I keep on saying,
we should go and try and talk to him.
Yeah.
Apparently, there was a plan for Calais to have a much more extended quest line, which would involve him traveling to Lanedell, going to the subterranean shunning grounds, going to the Frenzied Flame prescription where Hyetta goes, and he would be the one to explain the Frenzied Flame exists because the nomadic merchants were buried underground. And that makes you feel a bit more sympathetic about actually doing that ending, because obviously you've got Melina telling you to do it, to not do it, and then you've got Hyetta kind of off to the side to say, oh yes, we should, you know, be part of this. I would have preferred Calais being the person to say do it.
Yeah, I agree, because he follows you from the very beginning.
Yeah, he's one of the first NPCs you see. You're going to form an attachment with him because he's a merchant. And that adds a little bit more emotion to the Frenzied Flame ending, I'd think.
Yeah.
But
Rani's one of the first people. Melina is one of the first people, and so Calais.
Yeah.